What's up, YouTube? Mr. Legacy here, and today we're going to be continuing our Hell hardcore guided playthrough for the Magic Warlock. Pretty strong character, pretty solid build, and one of the really nice things, again, is we do not have to worry about immunities. So we're level 66. You can continue through Nightmare doing some more leveling. For many people, thanks, Saint. They might say, like, hey, 66 is good, but 6-7 would be even better, you know? And it's like, yeah, could be. Oh yeah, we're just gonna be on players 1 right now. We also have Worldstone Keep as a terror zone, which is a really good terror zone. And we could look at just leveling up more here, doing some Bale Waves. I'll go ahead and do a single Bale run just to have fun with it. Why not? Why not? And then we'll jump down into Hell. Now, at the same time, this is a very strong character, and again, you don't have immunity worries. Terror zones are still really good because they're just going to be a little bit easier than advancing to the next act and trying to fight. So it's still a solid idea. But this character especially will do pretty well in Hell. And we could run around just like Act 1 if we want. So there we go. 67. And I believe we're actually putting more points into Consume right now over Enhanced Entropy. You can argue either one. They're both plenty solid. But the increased magic damage that we get from the Consume is really nice. As well as a little bit more life and fast run walk and stuff, so. A lot of dudes in here. It should be fixed now, Drevin. Maybe on a refresh. If not, I guess let me know. Do we skip wave 2? So we'll have to find a way to deal with wave 2 in Hell. Obviously here we're fine, but when we get to Hell, we will have to figure that out. And remember, you can just set down your chains and just drag your chains over everything. This is a very good Bale wave. Killer because of all that. You can place, I believe, up to 10 chains.
Moo.
In 3.2, they adjusted how this skill works. Vipedy, thank you. Did I get tipsy? No, I don't drink, but Moogirl got a little bit. Just from 1/3 of a beer. Okay, we'll go more Consume. We'll do the more Consume. Would it be worth waiting for new ladder? I mean, yeah, new ladder starts in just like very little time. So. A third of a Miller Lite got her sloshed a little, yeah. Extra fast. Gotta be a little careful with extra fast for sure. But yeah, I mean, that's like a very simple. And now we're 69. We'll go more vitality. We'll keep going the Consume. We'll go down to players 1. And whatever. We'll go in and kill Mr. Bale as well. So, you could do that. Again, that's a terror zone. That was like 4 minutes to gain a couple levels. you could just do that again and do that again. And because it's terrorized as well, you could very easily take that up to mid to high 70s if you want right there. 69, I feel pretty good. So I'm just going to head towards hell now, and we'll just do part hell of the build. So let's do a little review of the character. We are just enough strength for the gear and rest vitality. We are max, and 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And then now I'm starting to put points into consume. But again, you could also put points into enhanced entropy. It does increase the miasma duration, which could be nice. And it gives you a bonus radius, which is actually really good. The like miasma radius and abyss radius and stuff. So now that I've got a little bit more in consume, I may end up doing that. For our gear, we have spirit, we have lore. We found a 10 all res, which is nice. Ancient's Pledge, stealth, cold res, FCR, fire res, FCR, and Hisaris. And they've got some life and resistances here. You can see our resistances are okay. I am a little short on light res. Cold res I don't care as much because I can always just drink thawing potions. And same with poison res. But my light res is a little bit low. So I will be looking at ways to increase my light resist. And one of those could just be like jamming a helmet with a ton, because I don't need the plus skills as much. So I could go like Ral Ort in a helm, or even Ort in a helm. I can also, of course, go to Nightmare. And we can go to the Loot Ghislaine. And we could just shop and just look for gloves. There's 24 fire res gloves right there. I've got those cold res gloves that are 27 I kind of like, but you know, we could get some lightning res. Just doing this. We could find, you know, nice belts. Can get whatever. Dang dark.
Hello.
So there's 22 light res on boots, you know. So you can always look around and see what you can get. I also have the ability to make a coral ring. So coral ring is going to be crafting, and it is any magic ring. So I'll go find a blue ring because I want to keep the ones I have. Any crafted ring plus a perfect topaz, which I have right here, plus a rejuve potion. And this is what, let's just gamble it actually. We have enough gold. Okay. So we have any magic ring, plus a perfect topaz, plus a rejuve potion. And now we get a coral ring. So we get 29 light res right there. And we actually have some cold res as well. I'm actually going to drop the FCR because this is hardcore. And so that drops us down to 59, which 49 is the breakpoint that we're like really caring about. But, you know, we just have these two pieces, which is fine. And yeah, so now we have better resistances to deal with that. And we're still on the 48 breakpoint, which is totally fine. If I find a Lum rune or a Lem rune or something like that, that'll help a lot with my resistances later. But anyways, now we can head out into hell. One of the things is we can make sure that we stay a little bit safe by keeping our distance. So you don't always need to be right up on top of stuff because you are this caster. You have the ability to really, you know, drop and then cast your Abyss from afar. And Abyss is really such a strong spell for this. I also really like full rejuve, so I will grab some of those. Because it has this suction as well. You can really just pull stuff together, and I'm just not even trying to fight anything over there, right? I'm just waiting till it's all dead. Ten hard points to get 3 defilers. You can consume 1 and keep the other 2. That is also an option. right, is running 3 Defilers. So I would have to put 10 points into Demonic Mastery. I could run 3 Defilers. This shares the damage between bound targets and stuff. But I really feel like that's okay, but not like super necessary. I don't feel like dealing with all the summons right now. Keeping them up and stuff. The slow sigil is handy as well. Yeah, sigil lethargy is also pretty handy. This is players 1 at the moment, just for the Den of Evil, but then I'll go right back to players 8. Magic damage. It's. I think this character needs a slight nerf. Like, specifically the magic damage. Because, again, this is kind of based off the old way that this character used to work. Which was a lot clunkier and just not as strong. It was still good, but the clunkiness of it kind of hindered it in some ways. But now that it's smoother, it's just so good.
The evil of this place departs with me.
But yeah, I mean, like I say, I'm not gonna run for the like 10 Defiler summons. I'll just start going more entropy. But you totally can. That's kind of, again, one of the beauties of this character. There's so many good skills, because a lot of the skills are just designed well, that you have a lot of combinations, so there's not always a single way to play the character. And that's one of my favorite things about it. So I'm going to give you my way that I'm playing here that will work. But, you know, also figure out a little bit of what you want to do and know that, like, there are some other options. The experience one. So we're gonna get plenty of levels. A little more entropy here. We'll get plenty of levels on this character, because we just have the capacity to kill so quickly that it allows us to fight more and kill more. I mean, Echoing Lock is, you know, no longer the crazy that it used to be, so it's actually more fun now to play because you don't have so much insanity with it. Do be careful still around fanaticism aura. Curse fanaticism. It's a combination. There's also a bill we just found. There's a white bill if we wanted to get a mercenary and give him insight or something. But honestly, like I was saying before, I don't love insight on this character, or a mercenary on this character like that. Because he stops the running of everybody. Jonah! What the heck?
Lord of seduction, Lord of disruption, Lord of the lies, Belial hides inside, he's terrified, mass genocide, my master rhymes identify the snare while they listen as I amplify, specify it's time to die.
When will the real D2 streamer be on?
Oh my god. Well, I have another hockey game tonight, so if y'all want me to convince her, I can convince her to play again tonight. If y'all want to deal with a 7-hour Act 2. Oh, we got hit by that curse. It's annoying. That's crazy. Another? Oh my goodness, Jenna. I can convince her tonight if you want. Little bit scary here. Make sure that we have our summon up. She creates so much tension when she plays because she doesn't realize that she like has potions but isn't drinking them and stuff. I know, it's so brutal to watch. I'm like, oh my god, drink your potions. Drink your potion. Drink your potion. She's just sitting there slowly losing health. Oh wow. Yeah, like I say, we'll continue here. The increase on the miasma radius is actually kind of nice. Now, being on player's 8 is a little bit dangerous, but again, you can see I'm gaining a lot of experience, and I can just go fight all these boss groups, which is really nice. So I am still trying to be, like, cautious how I fight them. Those guys have spread out probably too much now. But we can take a lot of it on. What weapon is good on level 82 Warlock? For this character, if you can make a Void, Void is great. If you can't, something like a Hodo is good. Let's just get some plus skills going. She gets legitimately scared. Yeah, I mean, she was saying that the game is, like, scary for her. She was telling me. I was like, yeah, I mean, it is kind of a scary game. Wait till you play Diablo 1. Oh my gosh, you want to talk about a scary game. But, like, it's not really scary for me because I've beaten it a million times and I know, you know, it kind of takes some of it away when you know everything. But there's some legitimate scary moments. There's a lot of darkness in the game. A lot of the mobs, you know, you have some dolls for the first time come running at you. And when you don't know the areas that could have dolls and things like that. Yeah, I mean, I was also, you know, 8 years old when I played Diablo 1, so it makes sense why it was scary then. But I think if I played it again for the first time now, and I ran into the butcher there, I think I would also have that same fear. There's something absolutely horrifying about the butcher moving at the exact same speed that you move at, and you just, like, not being able to get away. Okay. There's our tower. We'll go ahead and leave a TP. We'll do one tower. You can do a lot of towers if you want. Again, the Countess is cold immune, fire immune. So you don't have to worry about not being able to kill her with magic. And same with everything in the tower. There's nothing that actually is magic immune there, as there are very few in the game. So you will be fine. Next season starts August 21st. Oh wow, that is... a lot of dudes. So coming up actually. Faster run walk with mana. I mean, it's nice, but not nice enough. We'll go here. D1 shrines are nasty. There are some nasty D1 shrines for sure.
Fresh blood smells far sweeter than this.
Okay. Let's see what we get here. When will the changes be implemented offline? No clue. No clue at all. But Countess, of course, drops up to an Ist rune. She can drop higher, but that's just like regular, you know, drops. I'm saying from her special rune drop, she drops up to an Ist rune. So that can be, you know, really nice. Of course, there's a lot of good rune words that we can get from up to an Ist. We also have Authority. Oh, I forgot about Authority. Let's take a look at Authority. We also have the Authority rune word, which is the new Hell Shale Ral. That does give Warlock skills. It also gives fire resist on it, which is nice. Some hit recovery, enhanced damage. This chance to cast Miasma Chain on striking is kind of fun. We're obviously not striking, so not a big deal. And then Psychic Ward when struck is okay. But plus your Warlock skills is nice and is added damage. Now, again, for us, I don't feel like the damage is so important. We have a lot of damage right now. It still would be fine, but I'd still rather on hardcore be running a smoke than running Authority. But it does have some fire res, which is nice. So that would be, you know, we would get our fire res up from it. So we could consider it. It's fun for some early melee characters. Yeah, I could see that. We'll go players 1 here. Yeah, I've just got Ancient's Pledge. Again, on hardcore, we're just gonna play the slightly safer version, you know? And only an Ethrune. Unfortunate. But that's the way it goes.
Not in town.
Good day.
Go there. And we'll just keep going. So, again, at that point, you can kind of decide, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to keep farming until you get a smoke or until you get a authority or something like that? Or are you ready to just push forward? And my resistances are, like, okay enough still. I can also look to get a prismatic amulet to boost my res up a little bit more. And I'm just on P1 at the moment because it's a little nasty within this area. Whenever you're in tight areas, a lot of times you just want to be a little bit more careful.
Simple cages for simple minds.
So, I'm not 100% fully optimized right now with this character build, obviously. But, you know, even so, it's like, okay, what would be some other ideas I could do? I could drop the lore, and then I could put on like a Ort Ral helm, or Ort helm maybe, and really get my light res really high. Ort Thol. And then I could put Authority on, and that would get my fire res up. And also get me +2 to all skills. And so now I've got this plus 30, so 73 light res, 79 or 75 fire res, 65 cold res, an additional +1 to all skills. But I have dropped a breakpoint, but then I could maybe drop one of my cold, my cold res from there. And then I could put on an FCR ring, and that would put me at 49 FCR. Right? So, like, this is the stuff that you can think about. And all of that I just described does sound better and will be stronger than what I have. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do it. I theory crafted it, and I'm like, you know what? That actually makes sense. That'll get me more survivability. That'll get me one more skill. Higher resistances, and it's hardcore. So I'm going to look for a 3 open socket breastplate from Act 2 Normal Farah. What happened to the other person playing this channel? She was much better at this game. Get out! Didn't she tell you to get out too? Out of here! Coolly.
How may I help you?
2 open sockets, not quite. Now we also will lose a little faster run walk, which is a little unfortunate. So that's something that we have to note. But we do have the faster run walk from our skill, and still the 20 here.
It is an honor to serve you.
Abyss needs a 1 second delay before it starts sucking all the dudes. I think that will solve a lot of Abyss's problems. Even half a second. It needs something. Nah, it's fine. It like ruined. It's too good. The main reason is PvP. It's too good in PvP. So again, Hell Shell Ral. Oh, I don't have a Shell rune. I do have 3 Soul runes. And a Chip Sapphire. So we can make it. So we go Hell, Shell, Ral. And hey, we got Authority. That's nice. Now, we also are going to need... Let me see, do I have fire? No, I just have light and cold. We also are going to need a 3 open socket helm. And so this is where I'll have to go look for it. I can get like a 2 socket helm right now. Let's see our resistances. 143, 179, 135. Which actually isn't bad. We'll just hold on this for now and we'll keep a lookout.
Not in town.
I think Abyss should do no damage, but pixel the entire screen. Wait, what? Pixel? Do you mean like pull the entire screen? So it's just a suction-y spell? Pixel's a D3, D4 term? Ew. Why do you know that? Who even are you? Are you going to BlizzCon, Cooley? Closet D4 player. Yeesh. I don't say this often, but go back in the closet. Yeah, we have amp damage on, so we always have to be extra careful. Cooley would be a D4 player, right? So that actually does get, like I said, our resistance is up a tiny bit. I still would like to have slightly higher light res though. And I have so much extra damage from, you know, this authority now with the +2 to all skills. That's really strong. So we're running +5 all skills right now. So there's just, we can, you know, do a little more survival, I would say. So I'm looking for helms that get 3 sockets. And when you're looking for this stuff, you can look for one you can socket quest. You can look for one that you can just use a socket on. With Larza there, or you can socket with the recipe. But the easiest way is just going to Ariat Summit and just looking at normal helms, exceptional helms, and beyond. So Great Helm, Mask, and Crown are all normal helms that can get 3 sockets. And this costs 63 strength, 23 strength, and 55 strength. So a white mask is my like most desired right now. A death mask is 55 strength, which is also fine. These guys are just like too much strength though for all of that. Bone Visages are cool, but it is 106 strength. So really white mask or white crown or a white death mask are kind of the 3 things that I'm going to keep a lookout for. Or gray. If they just come socketed, that's even better. Now, oh god, there's Conviction Aura. Thank you. There's some peppers on there, yeah. Thank you. Yep. You're gonna throw that in the trash? Thank you so much.
Taking care of Daddy. Oh, you know what? Last night I forgot to.
Yeah, it's over. It's ended. And again, I'm just kind of sticking players 1 here. I could run a higher player count. But, you know, we're a pretty good level, and it's a little scary in here. There's just a lot of tight little corners. You turn a corner, there's a boss group with conviction. So I kind of shift around on if I want to be a high player count or not. But yeah, you can always grab the waypoint for here. Andariel is great farm. Lots of goodies for Andariel. And we'll just be players 1 here, of course, before we go down and fight Andy. And just chain her up. Perfect. And voila, just like that, Act 1 of Hell is done. Nice and easy. Let's head east. We're working on it, lazy. So standards are nice. They are 40 to life, but I kind of like the cold res more at the moment. We'll go over here. We'll put some things away. We'll hold on to them in the event that we're okay. And And something else, I'm going to hold this because, again, now we want to look at maybe doing this. We are just that topaz away, and we're one regular topaz away from it. So there's a couple things we could do. First off, if I really want to force this, I can just go to like the stony field. I don't have the waypoint, but I can go get the waypoint. Call to go players 8. And we can just go look for a shrine. Level up a tiny bit. And we can just go gem shrine hunting. There's a crown. Remember what we said about crown? That'll get 3 sockets. Now the crown does need more strength than the mask, so... there's a ruby. Also, just killing stuff on the way there may end up getting it. So I don't mind just like leveling up, killing things. There's a shell rune that we needed before. We'll do more entropy. Flawless diamond. I mean, we literally just need any topaz or flawless topaz. And there's a waypoint. And we do have a shrine here. See if we end up having more shrines nearby. But Stonyfield is a really good place for this. I just see the one. But something that you can do is just go out, go in, go down, and check for a gem shrine. And it may take 20 times. 30 times. But this can be an easy way. 100 times. Yeah. $3,000 later. Yeah. It definitely is nicer when you have like multiple shrines to look at. You can get like 2 shrines or 3 shrines. There's poison. You could also do some Nightmare Lower Kuros runs. You could do some Nightmare Cow runs. Need your guide looking for faith-based, so unlucky you did Cow's Pits. Yeah, I mean, Cow's probably going to be your best. Now, is this required what I'm doing? No. But, again, this is kind of the hardcore anthem in a way. You can just do a little bit extra to make your life a little bit easier, make your character a little bit stronger, a little bit safer. This may end up being like 7 all res more than what I have. But that's still 28 resistances. There's 21 different shrines in Diablo 2. Yes, but one of the reasons the Stony Field is so good, there are 21 different shrines in Diablo 2, or however many. I'm taking your word for it, but roughly that number. But not all of them can spawn or will spawn in the early section of the game. So the early Act 1 maps, they messed up on the number that they're using. Because you should definitely, in Hell Act 1, be able to get like a Resist Fire Shrine. But you can't. With the exception of when the game rolls it enough times that it just accepts that that's what it is. So in the early areas, you're actually going to be limited to a lot more shrines that you're generally going to see. Which will be Experience Shrine, Stamina Shrine, Skill Shrine, Mana Recharge Shrine, Refilling Shrine, and, you know, and then you're kind of like Gem Shrine, Poison Shrine, Monster Shrine, Fire Shrine are all kind of one shrine-ish in terms of like odds, and you kind of rotate between all those, so, and Portal Shrine. Those go like all together in kind of a lower odds. Alright. I'll probably just move forward here once I get if I get another experience shrine. But I just wanted to showcase. I'm also going to go strength because we're just going to work up towards 55 strength now. We'll just go forward, but this would be where you could find it. 1 to Eldritch skills.
Welcome.
It's fun. And we'll go to Act 2. We'll go players 8.
I've heard that you are.
Will be conviction of careful of conviction. Conviction of careful aura. And we'll just really keep our eye out for any topaz. My girl stream was lit last night. I'm so sorry that it took 4 hours, 4.5 hours to get through Act 1. We've got Might Aura and Leapers. It's a little dangerous. Gonna try and avoid that. Let's go, Duriel. Amethyst. Never the one we want, huh? Let's also make sure to boost up Diamond Skull, Emerald. I mean, I think we found every other gem. Grand Crown's just gonna be too high of strength, even if it is 3-socketed. Also have damage. Sapphire. Topaz just don't exist. That's what we've learned. Another level up. Another point enhanced entropy. Make sure we get that. Summon again. Take off the amp damage. Who cares how long it takes? Fun is the goal. I mean, hey, as long as you guys had fun last night, that's all that matters. Moogirl had a great time.
I can't.
She asked me, do you think I could be top 10 to level 99? And I said, no, I don't think so. She was like, wow. You don't believe in me at all, do you? And it was hard to be like, no. Hey, look. 12 strength for 1 less res. That saves us all those strength points. It's nice. I'm like, look, it's not I don't believe in you. I just don't think you would put in the time to get good enough to get there in that time. She's like, what if you trained me for a few months? I'm like, I mean, you're going against people who have played this game for 20 years. Yeah, I mean, that's a good spot to go for it. Okay, so now we don't need that strength anymore. Let's continue here. And, I mean, I don't mind. We're just killing, man. We are just killing like a villain right now. Those guys are a little bit annoying. I don't feel like spending a lot of time killing them, but we're gonna level up a lot on this run. Flawless Sapphire. Again, everything but the Topaz. But it's a little bit it's tough because, you know, you're like, hey, look, I think anybody can train and work their way up and do all that stuff and definitely get better. But at the same time, it's like saying, do you think I could beat Magnus Carlsen in a chess game? And it's like, no. It's like, well, what if I spent time training? There's a lot of people who kind of think that. They're like, if I spent a year, if I didn't have things to do, I'm not saying this is Moo Girl, but there's a lot of people that are like, if I didn't have to do my job and whatever stuff, and I could just focus on chess for a year, I could probably beat Magnus Carlsen. And you're just like, oh, you sweet summer child. It's nice you believe in yourself. So, like, Moo Girl could definitely do some work and get better. And I think Diablo 2 has more opening to maybe finish like top 10 or something, you know, because there is just a level of grinding like a maniac within it that not everybody wants to do. But I also am not sure she would want to do. It's so grueling. I don't think she understands how miserable you feel grinding levels like 95 to 99 on no sleep. Oh yeah, these guys are magic immune, so we'll leave them alone. And you're like 26 hours in, and you're like, man. Okay, we'll go players one. I hate everything right now. It's a horrible experience. On top of the fact that you also need to be grinding crazy efficiently still on this no sleep. And every time you die, it feels so horrible. So now she has to have good knowledge of all the monsters and all the affixes and all the ways that she could die to prevent all those. It's just such a horrible... I wouldn't wish it on anybody. 7 to life, a little bit low. A little bit low. It's for your Demonite Sash. You know, I may end up snagging that. I'm also, again, players 1 down here because it's just so dangerous. There's too much, like, potential damage. Yeah, I've made a... actually, on my 99 run, my 99 Warlock, I had a Spirit in a Ward Shield. Because I didn't find a Monarch. When you're pushing 99, a lot of times you just have to like play with what you get a little bit. And I didn't find a Monarch shield. And I found a Ward shield, and I didn't have time to go like keep looking for a Monarch shield. So I was like, screw it. Let's just go Ward. I had the strength. So
How disappointing.
Andy Grail. Oh, maybe it's the Andy Grail. Maybe that was it. It was the Andy Grail. Rune Ward. 12 to life on a small charm. I will keep that. And we can save this for a potential imbue. It's just something to think about. Let's go to the Fire Oasis. 45 all res? What? What the heck? What the heck? A 45 all res at Karantarj. Just put in the share immediately, just in case I die. Wow. That's insane. Damage, though? Whatever. Lower defense, oh no. Pair zones have made grinding more palatable. Oh yeah, for sure. Maggot Lair is a little bit annoying. Feel free to go as fast or slow as you want through it. Huh. Ouch. Wild map. Man, what a find. That's insane. But hey, you know what? If Moo Girl starts streaming more D2 here and there, gets back into the streaming game like that, maybe one day we'll have her do a little 99 run.
Good to
How may I help you?
Is there any fast charging screens? What do you mean?
greetings.
45 all res isn't that rare in your experience? What? 45 all res is so rare? Like, it's not Tyrael's might, but it's still pretty rare. And I almost didn't pick it up. And then I was like, I'm just going to check, because it's probably not 45 all res. But I'm just going to check. Still can't find a topaz.
This realm must be what remains. Someone's mind and soul.
How does anybody play softcore? It's just a different experience. I like softcore, I like hardcore. I think the big thing about softcore is sometimes you just don't want to play where you're like on edge. Oopsies. Sometimes you just want to like chill and read chat and like have a nice time. If you die, who cares? Also, Arcane is okay. One of the big issues with the Arcane is it can be hard to place down your Abyss. Doesn't always like land properly on here, so that can be kind of annoying. Okay, second way. Circle over moon means go far right. I'm gonna go players 8. I'm gonna try and find this topaz. Rushers are kind of nasty. High magic res. How can you be married to someone who spends 40 minutes in the cold plains picking up cracked caps? I mean, As long as I didn't have to watch it and y'all guys were fine with it. I think it's right there, actually. Okay. Not a great player's 8. We're kind of feeling it. Nope. So we'll go back down to players 1. The beetles are nice, but the ghosts are just not a fun boss for us here. There it is. Okay, take that out, put that in. Now, before we fight Duriel, let's go ahead and get our cold res up. We should be fine, but you know what? We can... Yes, they do. We can grab some thawing potions and get ourselves up to 84 cold res. Make sure we're on players 1. And... just get the chains. Get 10 chains on them. And let them do their work. Rusted armor, wow. Alright. Little Scolders action.
Hello. Damn it.
Little Scolders action there, huh? I mean... if you ever want to, like, turn a character into a Magic Find character, this is a fantastic item to snag. Yeah, good rolls. It's great. Put it in the shared just in case. That's a good idea.
Good day.
45 all res, Scolders, jeez. Witch Wild is also kind of fun. 76% deadly strike, 40 all res. Chance for amp damage on striking. Such a cool item. No, I put back the topaz I had. We can actually, again, we can try again if we want. To hit the gem shrine. Give it like 10 more rolls or something. See if we can get it. $513 viewers. I don't look at my view count. View count is something you can look at after you stream. You can see like what are the trends with the content that you're doing and stuff. But while you're here, I talk a little bit about this on a podcast episode that'll come up at some point. But like while you're streaming, it'd be like if you invite, let's say you invite people over to a party. There we go. There's our gem shrine. You invite people over to a party, and then when everyone's there hanging out, you're just like looking out the window and you're like, where's everyone else? Screw it. They ain't here. I'm going to hang out with everyone who decided to be here. So whether that's 10 people, 100 people, 500 people, 1,000 people, whatever it is. Like, if you're here, like, you're here. I'm hanging out with you. I don't care about who's not here. That's why it's, like, the most annoying thing when you go to a stream and someone's just like, only 30 people here today. Where's all the viewers at? And you're like, okay. Guess I don't matter. So, one of every gem except a skull and a blue amulet. And look at that. We gained 7 all res, just like I said we would. Prismatic amulet rolls. We hit the 17, that's fine. But boost us up a little bit more. And let's go ahead and do it. Because you know what? We're fine. Oh my god. Flare Jungle is the terror zone? Alright. Sheesh. Oh, it's only 71 though. It's only 71. We'll leave it alone. Let's go ahead and add the sockets. And we're going to do Ort, Thol. We'll take the lore off. And now we're 75, 75, 71. And minus 15 on poison, which is a little bit nasty. But whatever. We can always just chug some of these guys.
Not in town.
Let's go to Act 3. No, deshreds. But it should for the other rolls on it that it can get, I think. 20 all reds is the max that Prismatic gives, I believe. You have to look up the affix. So we dropped the tiniest bit of damage, which we don't super need right now. I'm also going to go down to players 1 because this is like whatever out here. We'll wait till the Flare Jungle to raise the player count up again.
Not enough mana.
And also when you're on P1 with this, you can really just be a Abyss caster for the most part. Like you do enough damage with Abyss that you don't need to be building up chains and stuff usually. Usually you can just run by, drop a single Abyss on a group, and it will do enough to kill all of them. Boss needed a little bit extra.
I've seen fools fall over.
So,
We shall summon
kind of makes it really nice and easy for just running through here.
impossible. Not enough mana.
Some fanaticism. Okay, let's go down the Spider Cavern. Always be careful here. Sark is very scary. Curse, Fire Enchanted, extra fast, or extra strong.
Impossible.
Lots of easy death right there. So, we got like many boss groups right there. We're just gonna take it nice and easy. Jeez, there's so many boss groups all over this thing. Okay, grab the eye. $99 to life. Well, now I kind of wish I tried socket questing this. If we could have hit 2 sockets on that, that would have been pretty sick. Tiara of the Whale there. If that had been a jeweler's Tiara of the Whale, oh, we would have been rich. Or... whatever. Artisans. Okay, so now we're just looking for the Flare Jungle. Better equip some manals for FRW. Good point. Good point. That's a fun little change.
I can't.
Dang. It's all baby steps, baby. Yeah, it's so annoying, Lumber. Right? Like, everything just gets copyright struck now. Even if it says it's fine, and it's never fine. It's always somebody has decided to copyright troll it. Okay, so let's go this way. Oh no, it's not going to let us over.
I can't.
So 5, 4, 3. Okay, so we don't have a skip. Why not put on second audio channel? Well, I said copyright free music, and it said it was copyright free, but it wasn't, so. It's fine. Also, I don't know how to put it on a second audio channel anyways. I'm not that smart. Okay, so now we're entering the Great Marsh. Yeah, I'd have to ask Kano again how he did it. If you have souls out here, you may wish to be careful. This is one of the reasons I stacked up to 75 light res, just in case we ran into souls. Because you never know. Also just good to have high res anyways for all the things. I know that there are channels. I just don't know how to make it so it plays on the stream, but then it doesn't go to the VOD. Like, I know in OBS you can separate your channels. And I can, like, set something on one channel or the other. I just don't know what, like, why it goes to the stream, but not the VOD. I don't understand how it does that. Where would I rank this character compared to the other classes? He's probably a top 3 character. I think, like, Sorceress, Paladin, and Warlock are your top 3, considering Mosaic is now, like, being removed. Decent variety, lots of strength, lots of high tier builds. Sorceress is still going to speedrun a little faster. Sorceress is still going to be able to level a little faster with, like, you know, Nova Source and endgame and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. There was just one. I just don't really do music on stream, which half the people seem to enjoy and half the people are like, oh, I'd be down to listen to something. So we do have a connection through the Flare Jungle. Let's go players 8. They're changing Mosaic? I mean, I have an idea of what they're doing with Mosaic. I don't know the exact stuff that they're going to do, because there's, like, many thoughts that they talked about, and I liked a lot of the thoughts. So I think Mosaic should be in a decent spot. But you know, I don't know everything that they're doing. A little dangerous right here. Wow. That's a lot of damage. If I would have run out of rejuice, or if the damage was coming in a little hotter, I would have just save quit there and just gone through everything again. Okay. This is why we have rejuice. Had Mrs. Llama like stream last night? Yeah, she had a lot of fun. She had a good time, so. GG everybody. We'll just go more entropy, more vitality. Make sure to reboost this. So maybe I can convince her to do part of Act 2 today while I'm at hockey or something. We'll see if she's interested. Unknown binary. I would imagine yes. I can't think why it wouldn't exactly, but... Definitely a little bit of damage out here, and what's also difficult is they have poison damage, and I don't have great poison res. She said, Alex likes to keep a family-friendly stream, but I like bad words. Oh, God. 8 to strength 30 light res is also a very interesting belt. I have a 27 fire res. I'm going to grab that. We may end up putting the lore back on with that. So because the poison damage is so nasty, I'm going to go ahead and drink a bunch of antidotes just to get my poison res up some. Thanks, Lord. Oh, sorry, Matter. Oh wow, that just took us right to the end of the flare. Yeah, my family-friendly nature has been very helpful with kids. Plays nicely into it where I'm not like constantly having to worry that I'm gonna, you know, cuss in front of the kids or anything. Definitely helpful. Man, those little things are sponges. They soak up everything you say and repeat it back. Let's go ahead and find the waypoint. Also, of course, it's the Lower Kurast. And what can you do in the Lower Kurast? You can farm all sorts of goodies. Tons of bases, gems, jewels, charms, and of course, delicious runes. get up to a burr rune from the super chest. Even higher from the random stuff. But just a nice place to go and pop all the things, because there's so many things to pop.
Moo.
Just pop everything. Gilded shield, hey, Hosrak. We have a Hosrak, everybody.
Moo.
Thank you, Hooligan. Thank you, Vipity, and thank you, Mr. Chow. Did they fix racks? No, racks are still racks. They still do rack things. How do you make the moo sound happen? I just grabbed the moo file from the game. Game audio files and put it on. Alright, where's this waypoint at? I guess it's right up here. There's nowhere else for it to be.
Yes. Good evening.
One to dexterity, trash, trash. Okay. Let's go back. Still no news on Mosaic? Yeah, there's still no news on Mosaic or martial arts or any of that, so I don't know. Honestly, I thought we would have had the change in by now, but guess not. It'll definitely help it, Comical. Hit him. Mosaic is changing. Yep. Into something. Fanaticism, little scary. And again, I'm running high player count right now. I'm running players 8. Definitely like, this is just waypoint, I think. But we'll grab it. Definitely a little bit scary, but I'm not trying to move too quickly through. I guess not. Oh, waypoint's over there. Okay. But we're just picking up experience and we're just leveling a ton. And that's something a lot of people did talk about. They were like, hey, I'd love to see you level a little bit more in these runs, get a little bit more gear, whatever stuff. So, yeah, this is a little bit more of that. See if we can get a nice ring.
I am overburdened. What a relic. Almost might know what purpose it would serve.
See it? Trash. Trash, 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 unfortunately. Okay, let's go down to players 1. And yeah, players 1 for down here, because you might get dolls. It's just a little bit tighter area, a little bit scarier area. We level up, we'll hit enhanced entropy again, we'll go more vitality. If you do hit dolls, try to either kill them from very far. Notice how I'm just like not even letting anything close to me right now. Everything is getting killed before it gets near me. Just don't need to play with that fire, really. Maybe we'll do Manverse stream next weekend. Level 3. No, Saxon. Does it make a difference, Arcadius? It's horrible no matter what. See the booties? Okay, 30 fast run walk with 22 cold res. Yeah. Not quite. We'll keep it as an option because we do have ways to boost fire res, boost light res, all these things that can be okay. So we'll keep it as a consideration. Okay, and let's move forward. Level 78 already. That's wild. I've really, like, over-leveled in this run. It's fine. Okay, let's go here. Kuras Bazaar. We'll go ahead and do Battlemaid Serena and get Nemesis's Tome. You can, again, kind of set up like a death chain a little bit to just drag everything into if you want. Another Hellrune. Perfect. 5 more sets. I don't know why exchange for a gift card's not working on there. Is maybe the bot's broken on the thing? I know. Okay. Yeah, if you go watch the VOD channel, twitch.tv/MrLlamaVOD, you can earn tickets or points just by watching. You can, you know, set it to 1% volume. You can mute the tab, not the video player, whatever. Turn your ad blocker off on it if you have it. So that's how we support it and play the ads so we can do the giveaways. And, oh god, dolls. Alright, so this is a good example where I got too close to the dolls. I run away. I get them off of me. And now I'm just slowly... Thanks, Bruno. Slowly gonna chip away at them from afar. I do not want to be next to them. And this is one of the characters where you can easily kill yourself. By like, oh, you run in, you drop an abyss right on top of yourself with the dolls, they all explode and you're dead. Super easy to do. So try not to fall victim to it. Amru? Sure. But yeah, you go watch the Mr. Lamavad channel. You can leave it on day, night, all the time. And it's the easiest free way to support the stream in existence. And as a thank you for the support, we're doing a bunch of Steam gift card giveaways. This whole month, I'm going to just do a gift card giveaway like every day, every other day, whatever. So at the end of today's stream, we'll do a $25 gift card giveaway. So go earn points so you can get more tickets and enter in the giveaways. Easy as that. We have Travancore. I'm just going to go players 1. Again, we could. This character is strong enough. You can run higher player counts for these sorts of things. But wouldn't we only be supporting the stream by buying Llama RPG with those gift cards? Well, that would be like a double dipping of it. Double support. But no, you don't have to spend it on Llama RPG. Just being in the channel, earning the points, watching is enough. It does great. Grab the flail. Transmute. Still be careful. We're cursed, so we really want to be a little extra careful. Whew. All right, and we're down. Let's go ahead and get the curse off. Go. Is this worth the money to get? I mean, I think so for sure. Nice guy. So 5 more stats, 5 more vitalities. Re-up that. Let's go. And remember, you can also have dolls down in the Endurance of Hate. And I'm not casting Abyss on them. I'm not casting Abyss. If I do, I'm casting it way back away. I really do not want to get hit and kill myself on these dolls. More dolls. I'm casting Abyss away from myself. Away from myself. And I'm going to even teleport to get them off of my trail. And head forward. If you want to grab the waypoint out here, you can totally grab the waypoint. And then you can do some Mephisto farming. This character is actually pretty good on boss kills, thanks to just being able to chain them up like mad. So you saw how fast we killed Indariel. You know, Mephisto would be a little bit slower, but something similar. We can do a lot of boss killing here. And farming, you know, items from that. Go get yourself the Viper Magi. Go get yourself a Shaco. Go find an Arachnid Mesh or a Jeed's Wager. Go find Sling Ring, Opal Veins, whatever, right? All sorts of goodies. Nothing there. Okay, so all that area just kind of dead ends. That could have been it. Okay. Now, I'm moving through like this because I feel comfortable teleporting around like this. If you do not, go slower, right? Take your time, go slow through. Kill stuff from afar, do all the everything that we've talked about. This is just the comfort level that I have moving through the game, which does not have to be yours. Heard you're not taking Moo Girl to Disney World and the kids. Bro, the kids don't need to go to no Disneyland, Disney World. Careful of that. That ability is very rough. And hey, if we didn't have it before, we have it now. Also, we'll go do the super chest on players 8. Just because people always are like, that's where I got my burr rune from. And we found more Hisaris boots. You know, so. Summoning skills, that's fun. Nothing there. Nothing really here for us. Let's go ahead and load up on some more antidotes and some thawing potions just to have them. Why not? Increase our resistances for a bit. Congratulations, Act 3 is done. Give yourselves the clap. Is Consume even worth it? Yeah, it gives me faster run walk, 35% run walk speed, 15% max life, and then also I'm getting minus 10 enemy magic res and plus 20 magic skill damage. So, very substantial. Souls, of course, can be out here. I have 75 light res, so I'm not as scared about of them. If for some reason though you are scared, just reset. Right? If you run into souls, I save quit, I come back in, I go again. I run into souls again, I save quit, I reset, I come back in. Do it as often as you want until you don't get souls, till you get the mob, whatever that you want. Because let's say you get souls 9 times in a row before you finally don't get souls. You know it takes longer than resetting 9 times in a row and running out there? Restarting your entire character. And that is welcome to hardcore, baby. It's always better to play safe if you feel uncomfortable. And again, this is, you know, when I talk about hardcore versus softcore and when I'm playing and what's different between it. I play 95% the same. I just play the 5% different, which is just a little bit of extra safety, getting a little bit more resistances, right? I have this on instead of a lore. I, you know, spent a little extra time leveling. I reset a bad mob pack I don't want to deal with. I don't have a mercenary because he's kind of annoying with this build. I was saying it before. You totally can have a mercenary, and honestly, you do enough damage that it's helpful. Your mercenary won't just be like getting popped left and right. Your abyss will do a lot to help him. But 1, you don't super need him. And 2, he kind of stops the mobs from running a lot of times. And a lot of times I'm trying to bring them into my chains. And so the movement, I personally prefer not having the mercenary there.
I can't.
But we also just don't need him really. Our damage is great, you know. So let's go find Isual. He also blocks the chains. Yeah, they're fixing that bug, though, so that's helpful. Right now, he blocks them, but in patch 3.3, that's fixed. So give it a few days, and that won't be an issue anymore. Ishuel, where are you at, buddy? Conviction Aura. Always a little scary, especially if there were souls. Now I have 5 light res. Let me just put some chains on. Pretty nice and simple there. More points in enhanced entropy. Why not? Yeah, and I mean, a lot of times I'm still doing all those like side quests for stats and whatever, but it's even more important here. Saigons, take a shot. I believe that's our second Saigons piece. And it's actually, it was a really nice combination of pieces if we were a melee character, because the helm gives attack rating per level and the gloves give it increased attack speed. So when you have those two set pieces together and get those bonuses, that's like the 2 best bonuses you can get. So it's my favorite dual Saigons pieces. So do some players 1 out here. And you get 10% life stolen per hit from the overall set bonus, exactly. Wait, do I not have Saigon's gloves? Maybe I dropped them, because I don't need them. Or maybe that was on the Elemental Druid? Hard to remember. Okay, let's go back over here. I want to go to our forge, just for fun. We don't need to do our forge, but, you know, it's a fun thing to do. Where can you find Hirons? I mean, hell. There's kind of a lot of hell you can find Hirons. The best places are cows. Travancore runs can be pretty good. Chaos Sanctuary can be pretty good. Care zones can be pretty good. Just kind of depends your character, how many, what you know, like what area is best for the character you're using. Certain characters are better in different areas, right? Okay, we have an extra fast right here. We got to be a little careful. God, he's so fast. And we'll go to our forge and have some fun, because why not? Lemrune. Okay, well, you know what Lemrune is used for. So I could now make a mercenary if I wanted. Well, that's right. We could now make a mercenary if we wanted and make treachery. We could also just make treachery for ourselves and just proc the fade on ourselves and then continue on from there. And then our resistances are max plus the damage reduction. Shale, Thol, Lem. We've got all the runes we need. We would just need to get a 3 socket. We drop 2 Warlock skills, but we could also just use it for the procking and then shift off of it. So, definitely an option. I feel pretty okay right now because my resistances are maxed out, essentially. Yes, it does add 15% damage reduction. But I also feel like solid enough. Now, remember in the Chaos Sanctuary, it can be a little nasty. There's a lot of curses that are just not fun. What are the fun curses? Fair point. So again, something that you can do here is you can really set up like a good chain and then just bring everybody through that chain, or those 10 chains. Be a nice easy way to kill there. But amp damage is always scary down here. Lower resist is always scary down here. They increased it to 10 and changed how it functions. Now you don't have a cooldown between them anymore. You can just like cast them as fast as you can cast them. It's still super strong. I actually think it's too strong. Yeah, I agree, Kino. I think this is too strong and needs to be nerfed. It's either bugged or... But even if it is bugged, I don't like care that it's bugged. I just think it needs to be nerfed down some. The damage is too good. Okay, now we can do our Diablo stand in the way and let him take a bunch of damage from chains there. Move around a tiny bit. Bingo bango. Congratulations. El Diablo is dead. Pick up a couple grail items. Paladin Source need to be nerfed too if they nerf Warlock. I just think the playthrough of magic damage is too strong. Maybe it needs to scale more, like it starts out lower and then it scales up so it ends up still being similar in the very end. We do need to be very careful out here. Bloody Foothills is scary, and we've got the Quill Rat combo with the amp damage and stuff, so we can die here. I'm not saying don't buff underperforming classes. I'm just saying this one is maybe a touch too good. No, yeah. Make sure we have our consume buff going. Kill Shank. And now, if you are a little bit lower level, you can spend a little time at Hell Eldritch.
Hello.
So you can come out here, you can do players 8. And you can just level up. Now, we're a high enough level that this isn't really worth that much anymore. Ooh. Dang. It's got some interesting mods on it. Like, they don't fit together. 1 to necro skills, 6 to min damage, bonus attack rating based on level, 37 to life, 11 all res, gold find. Like a weird combination. But a lot of solid mods there. Yeah. So I'm going to continue. Poison Dagger, not even. Yeah, I don't care about min damage on Poison Dagger. But the Poison Dagger does have the most sense, I guess, with the res, the necro skills, the attack rating. If there ever was a helm for a Poison Dagger run, I guess that would be it. Isn't Warlock a bit OP? Yes, Warlock is a bit OP in some ways. A lot of the Warlock has actually been balanced down decently. Like, I think Echoing Strike is in a pretty great spot now. I think, like, a lot of it is pretty good. Really, the Demon Tree is in a pretty good state. It's only the Chaos Tree. I think the Chaos Tree is the only issue. Everything in the Chaos Tree needs to be brought down about 20%. Except the sigils are now, like, fine. Sigils are good, but all the fire skills are a little too strong still, even after the nerf. And the magic skills are all a bit too strong. Okay, so we're going to be careful down here. We have archers that we see right there, which are pretty dangerous. Succubi. Some Yetis, not as bad. But like a lot of archers like that is scary. This is also where, if you want, you could do Anya, right? Just save her, get a little bit more. We'll grab this waypoint right here. Well, that's on your offhand, Finn.
Good afternoon.
Impossible.
I don't even think you need to buff the Eldritch Tree. I just think you have to nerf the Chaos Tree a little bit, and then the Eldritch Tree will get a little bit more play. But like Firelock endgame is so good. Magic Lock, all, and it's like not even endgame, it's like all game. They're just so good. And I really like my Firelock. He's like super fun to play, but I do think his damage could be brought down a little bit. I'm on players 1 right now because I don't need to be on a high player count at the moment. I'm just trying to like save Anya, and we're kind of in some areas that can be a little dangerous. So a lot of times at this point, you're putting players 8 on when you're in an area that you really want to farm. And you're going back to players 1 when you are in an area that you just want to get through. But, you know, I kind of say all this as a... We did it again. I found a 3 to elemental skiller amulet on the druid, and now we find a 3 to chaos skiller. Oh my god. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, now I can't exactly take this off. Okay, we can do some shifting. Why isn't Abyss Warlock rated higher as a starter on max roll? I don't know. I don't write for max roll. I write all the Icy Veins guides, so we can do this. We can do this. Puts us at 50. We can do... That tanks our res down a lot. Okay, so let's not put this on yet. I need to get a little more strength going first before we can make that shift over. We'll drop a little bit of our resistances, but it's 3 to chaos skills. That's insane. Holy cow. I could also, of course, make the treachery, and then I'll just have no issues whatsoever. Let's go save Anya. Oh, wait, we get Anya right now. We get 10 all res.
Good afternoon.
Okay. That's pretty good. And we'll get our cold res up more after a little strength. Okay. Be careful about all the rot walkers. That charge is so deadly. Very easy to just get like amped up from somewhere and then charge and you're dead. So go more enhanced entropy. Dude, that I can't even believe that. That's insane. +3. We'll go more strength. We need 5 more strength and then we can shift that ring over. So 1 more level. Ancients will get us that. But I trigger an evil urn in hardcore. I mean, later on when I'm farming, yeah. Right now, a little dangerous.
I can't. I can't.
Get some kills. But yeah, the reason I talk about like nerfing and all that as I'm like playing through is because I've been playing these characters just back to back. I did an elemental druid, I did a throw barb, I did a martial arts assassin, I did a faux paladin, I did, you know, it's like I did all the different characters, and I've obviously done a playthrough of every single character in this game multiple times on every different build, blah 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 blah. And this is very good. And that's pretty much it. I'm just like constantly comparing them as I'm playing them.
What an austere.
Make sure we're on players 1. I actually want to look at my Icy Veins PVM tier list. Let me see, leveling. PVM solo playthrough tier list. Yep, I have it in my S tier. So, I don't know why Max Roll doesn't, but I have this as a S tier solo playthrough. And it is. I mean, this is so good. Thank you, Slick. Make sure to just up our demon before. We can put three chains on each if we want. came out of it. And you know what? That was a terrible roll. Right? Like, I don't need extra fast Talic there. That's really all I'm caring about here is just like, and now they have Might Aura, which I don't love, but I can deal with because at least Talic is slow. Now he is cursed as well, so I do have to be careful about that. But I have enough damage, arguably slightly too much damage. And so we just have to avoid getting one-tapped from any hits. And that's not too bad. Wait, oh my god, I'm level 79, so I don't even gain the level when I level up. That stops at 78, I believe. Is when that stops happening. That's how overleveled we are. Can't even get a full level up from the Ancients. Which is great. That means we're, you know, like starting to really optimize the Ancients a little bit more. This is some kind of nasty packs right here. So I am going to have to be a little bit careful. The Black Lancers are just super strong and can very easily come over and just kill you. So I'm just going to easy work my way through. Not go too fast. Make sure we have Abyss up for when we fight here. And then, of course, we have all of these Harpies. Just do a ton of damage. See if we can't pick that level up here soon. I'm not even going to jump the edge there. I'm just going to walk around. Dead end anyways. Death Lords as well. Man, what a terrible, terrible monster combo here. Jesus. That's scary. Oh no, it's extra fast. Death Lords again. Okay, so here's where we're gonna set up some chains. And kind of slow push into them. And just have all the chain damage ready for them. Little prep before we fight that group, because holy cow, that's damage. Okay, get me off this level. Jeez. Okay, we have souls in level 2. We have 73 light res, so we're pretty good. But you never know. You always got to be careful of something terrible. We'll set up a lot of lightning damage here. Beetles and souls. Set up a portal so we can tele back. And we will want to get the waypoint here. Waypoint is just really an extra safety add. Cool. Looks like it should just be a little quickie, which is nice. Because you never know what you're gonna get in the waves there, what mobs you're gonna get in the throne, etc. Yum, Daryl. Level 3. See what we roll. Oh man, more Death Lords. Slow and steady on the Death Lords. Slow and steady. Nice. See what our throne has. Hopefully no dolls. If there are dolls, again, okay, we do have souls. Boss group of souls right there with curse. Try and get rid of the curse. Cool. That's good. There's level 80. We'll go ahead and go into the strength. And we'll go back and put on our ring upgrade. So, a little bit more cold res and poison res there. We'll also repair everything. And we'll max out enhanced entropy. So now we can look at putting the rest of the points into consume. And we do have dolls as well. Okay, so really good to know. Dolls, souls, ghouls. Okay, I am going to be very cautious. This is also one where if you chose to reset this area, I wouldn't blame you. Especially if your res weren't tip-top. Make sure we don't put the abyss next to us. That was maybe even slightly too close. Okay. Now we will have to deal with wave 2, and this is where a mercenary may end up coming into play. We're going to have to figure it out. Also, there are some doll... actually, the corpses should be gone. But here we have to figure out how do we fight this wave. And I didn't even want to think about it before I got here because I want to keep it as something that we can think about together. So first things first, I do have some summons. They don't really do a ton. Actually, the Goatmans kind of have some okay damage on them. I'd be kind of curious to see how that works. I have dim vision. Okay, mercenary seems like a decent idea. We could try... Merc plus goat. So let's go grab a Holy Freeze mercenary. I don't have Treachery, which is unfortunate. I do have Rattle Cage, though. I do have, sure, Lore Helm. And we can shop him something to use.
I'll put that to good use.
Okay, and we'll make this like this. Wow, the goat actually has some really nice damage here. Okay, so one thing that we may end up wanting to do is dragging all these skellies away. Let's go ahead and heal our mercenary. We can also, of course, buy thawings and antidotes. One for ourselves, and then 2 for our mercenary as well.
Thanks. 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 Thanks.
We're just going to try and get these guys to come kill them down here. I can try and stand on this side just to keep the skellies from going the other way. Come on. Alright, Mr. Goat's gonna go over there and find him. Okay. And one more thing I can do is I can actually stand up here. And by standing up here, I will take the Decrepify. Now the big issue is these guys have cold damage and I don't want to deal with that. So I do need to drag these two dudes away. They need to come down here to be killed. I need my goat to chill a tiny bit. Okay. Let's get on this side so they'll actually fight them and kill them this way. I don't have a point in death mark, otherwise I could. We'll go back and heal. We'll get some more points here.
Thanks. 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 Thanks.
Okay. And again, I will try and take the Decrepify. Looks like right now they took it, unfortunately, but next Decrep will be mine. We can keep feeding him potions. Let's go ahead and put them on top of Akmel so we can get him killed. They did some soul resurrecting. Okay, some more potions. Let me take the Decrepify. Unfortunately, it did hit Kasim as well there. Okay, they are regenning a little bit here. Oh, okay, so we probably need... I mean, it's tough. This is... You know, this is gonna be a tough one. We can always just drag them out. But yeah, we may have to. They've got some regen going now that we can't really
Good afternoon.
get past. Okay, we'll just do some dragging. It's actually funny that the boss was the easiest kill of all the kills. Okay, we'll come down here. If I had engorge, I could engorge those bodies. For now, we will just suck everybody together if we want. Maybe that's an answer. See if they can get the kill while we just... I just don't think they have enough damage. We need to get some poison damage on the mercenary. Ah, it's actually kind of working.
How may I be of help?
Kind of. There we go. Okay, this is working. Just need to get some pull going, block him up a little, just have our guys do enough. Oh my god, Warren. I do need them to focus like one unraveler at a time though. And they start trying to split it up. I think that ends up making it too much.
Good afternoon.
But let's go ahead and grab everybody. Keep them suctioned. Slowly but surely. Come on, one at a time. Take him out. Oh my god, he's so close. Ah, we let him out. Oh, there we go. We got him back. There we go. One down. Now, if I had treachery on my mercenary and insight and had actually like done some stuff for my mercenary, this would be a much easier fight. And that would be a good time. This is kind of like the one regrettable moment of not working on my mercenary. This is the only time in the game that we really needed it. Aaron can smite them down. Or smite them out, whatever.
Congratulations.
So instead of building up my mercenary, make sure you don't run out of town portals. I did not, and we are now stuck a little bit with this. So, this is what we get. There we go. Great hits. Let's go, Kasim. Finish him. Come on, get the finishing hits. There you go. Let's go like this so they both are fighting on the same guy. It's really hard because they have the regen. Again, poison damage would help. They're regenning. Super annoying. Oh, he's right there. Let's go. 10 minutes later. Look, you gotta, there's always a point. There's always somewhere in this game where you're gonna get a little bit caught and stuck out. We're doing great. Wave 2 is going to be way longer than Veil will be. Veil's going to be no time at all. Veil will take 10 seconds. Alright, one more done. Is like Moo Girl's speed? Okay. Don't you talk about my wife like that. And like I say, remember, I am up here. So by being up here, I am being decrepified instead of them. So that they don't lose their speed. Easy. And again, that was with not a mercenary really. Just like random trash that we found. You can obviously do way better for yourself there. I'm actually going to go player's aid on wave 4. Let's just have some fun. You did what you were meant to do. For that, we'll forever be grateful. We will remember you. Okay. That's fun. Just pick up some experience. Go back to players 1 for wave 5. We could go a higher player count, but wave 5 is also really a lot deadlier. So we could definitely have easily done a higher player count there. And Booyakasha! Congratulations to yourself. You are So good. The owner of a hell hardcore completed Warlock. Looking like more than 10 seconds to me. What was that? 15 to 20 seconds? Okay. GG. So let's review. Let's review. We have enough strength for our gear. We added a little bit more in because we wanted to get the crown and the ring and all that stuff going. Everything else into vitality. No need for anything else there. We are fully maxed on all of this in the chaos tree. You could also have a point in Sigil Lethargy. 1 point. Great, especially against like Bale and stuff. But helpful in a lot of cases. So 1 point here, totally fine. I don't have anything here. Again, if you want a single point in Hex Siphon, that could actually be good. That's a lot of mana per kill. And maybe I should have gone and taken 3 points from like Enhanced Entropy and worked down into Hex Siphon. That would have been really nice. And then 1 point in Defiler, and then I was dumping points into Consume. This is just so you can consume and get the extra magic. You can see right here. If I consume, I get minus 10 enemy magic res plus 18% magic skill damage. So, and then as well, all the fast run luck and max life, which is really nice. For our gear, we actually had a lot of options, which is super nice. And this is something that we, really wanted to have. We had Lore Helm. We had Sanders. We had 30 fast run luck, 22 cold res boots. We had a 30 light res belt where I could have, got 5 more strength and had 30 light res there. I had a Ral helm. I had a Ort Soul helm. I had 16 cold res, 10 fire res gloves. Like a lot of different pieces. And then we had FCR rings if we wanted. We had cold and fire res rings if we wanted. Another cold res ring there. We had 17 all res amulet if we wanted. So we had a lot of resistances and a lot of pieces of gear. And this was something I was collecting. So then I could make decisions. We also, of course, had our stealth. And we had a Lemrin if we wanted to make a treachery. What did we actually end up using? We had our Spirit for the +2 skills and the FCR and all the other pieces. Just such a good rune word. We went with the Ort Soul. Just getting 75 light res or 73 was like worth it to me. Yes, lore is +1 skills and 30 light res, which is good. But here, like, my res just drop a lot. And even with the lore, I'm only in the 40s now. And now I'm kind of like, yeah, I just don't love it as much. Also, that's before Hell Anya, so then it's even less. So this is just a nice, easy way to fix up your resistances and just get yourself really close. I also did this because I dropped the 17 all-res Ammy because we found a godly 3 to Chaos Skiller. So, I mean, I have to use this. So now I'm losing 17 all-res, so I'm going to give up the lore, which is 1 to all skills. We had Ancient's Pledge. We had Authority, which we made for +2 Warlock skills. Also some hit recovery and fire resist, which isn't bad. And hey, the Psychic Ward isn't like a terrible thing either to get. 27 cold res there. 29 light res here. 27 fire res here. 29 cold, 16 poison res here. And Hasaris boots for 20-25. Then we just had some lifers and resistance charms. Nothing too amazing, but just some basic charms that we were using. And of course, our handy dandy teleport staff. So ultimately, I forgot I could actually use a book with the teleport staff to get like a little bit of resistance or something. I should have remembered that. Ultimately, a lot of options, a lot of ways that we could play. We ended at level 80, very strong. And now, at this point, you can go farm. You can go do cows. You can go do bosses. You can go do waves. You can go do, though Bale waves are a little rough because Act 2. You can go around the chaos. You can go to the terror zones. Wherever, this character really is dominant in a lot of areas and very strong. And so it opens up a lot of options for you. And yeah, You now have a high-leveled Warlock hardcore. GG. Don't forget to like and subscribe, YouTube, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.